What's up, Vine family? Just want to check in this week. Um, I was thinking about this First Thessalonians 5, starting in verse 16. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. So I just sat down and made just a real quick list of things that I think we can be thankful for in this very bizarre time we find ourselves in with COVID-19. And so the first one is just Easter. Last Easter, I think what I've heard from a lot of pastors is just this idea that maybe this was the greatest dissemination of the gospel worldwide through the internet because everybody's live streaming or publishing a recorded church service and putting it on the internet all at the same time. Who knows? Could that lead to massive conversions in the next whatever year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Just the sheer amount just the sheer amount of gospel proclamation that happened at one time. I think that's something to be really thankful for. Just the power of the internet to send out the message. So let's be praying about that people would hear and pay attention and respond. May it be so. Secondly, I was just thinking about for our church the fact that because of this we've started a weekly prayer meeting, and Zoom makes that so much easier. I think for a lot of folks, myself included, like in the winter when it's dark and it's cold, if I have to get in my car and drive somewhere for a prayer meeting, maybe I don't show up. But just clicking a link and getting on Zoom and praying for half an hour with other believers in the family of the Vine, I mean, that's pretty easy. And I could see that being something we just keep doing when our time of quarantine's over, because it's just so simple, and the feeling and the result is the same. You know, we're just praying together, and the on ramp to participate is extremely simple. And so I'm really thankful for that. I don't think I ever would have thought to do a Zoom prayer meeting without this experience that we're in. I feel like we're also seeing, like, a third thing is friendlier neighborhoods. Like in our experience, at least in our neighborhood, when people walk by, they're more apt to look you in the eye and wave and say, hey. I don't know if I'm right or not, but that's just the feeling that I have as it's true. Maybe you're experiencing the same thing. It seems like people are appreciating seeing one another, like in the flesh, in this time. And I think on the backside of our quarantine, we're gonna see people just probably be more thankful for relationships and being able to gather and being able to be together. Fourthly, man, a lot of us are working at home. And I don't know about you, but the chance to wear your jammy pants all day, I'll take some of that. Come on, they're comfy. So jammy pants, number 4 on the list. Number 5, I would say there's been a blessing of a change in our pace of life. Now, for some of you, it hasn't been this way. I know for a lot of you, though, it has. And like, for example, in our family, Emery is in gymnastics 3 nights a week from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I'm usually the one that's running him over the west side, and sometimes picking him up too, 3 nights a week. Now, I love that he's in gymnastics, and we're going to celebrate him being in gymnastics when this is over. But honestly, do I miss driving him over there 3 nights a week? Not really. But I do love these in gymnastics. But no one's doing anything in terms of our family. And when you have 4 kids that are our kids' age, there's a lot of busyness. And so, trying to coordinate schedules and the logistics of all that can get kind of crazy. And there's really none of that anymore. And there's just like, what are we doing tonight? Well, we're not really doing anything other than maybe a Zoom meeting or something like that. I've appreciated that. So some people might feel differently about that, but for me, that's something I've been thankful for. And we'll be thankful again when life returns to normal, but I'm thankful for a little pause of the intensity of schedules. Number 6, I feel like there's just a general sense of people looking out for each other. And I think that's a real blessing that, you know, I don't get the sense among the Vine family at all, or even in Madison in general, that it's like a every man for himself kind of thing. No, I feel like there's a collective sense of we're in this together, and I've just seen a lot of people, Christian and non-Christian, just wanting to help each other and look out for each other and be available. And so I think that's a beautiful thing. That's an evidence of grace. That's what theologians would call common grace, meaning it's just grace that God disseminates to believers or unbelievers, that we can even look to one another and not just think about like, well, we're just a product of natural selection, so the strong eat the weak. All right, you know, people aren't behaving that way, and so I'm really thankful for that. But you know, maybe you could make a list and make that something that could help you correspond to 1 Thessalonians 5:16 and 17. God's will for us is that we would be thankful in all circumstances. And so, you know, as just part of our discipleship in this time that we're in, you know, it could be really valuable for you to just make a short brainstorm list of what am I thankful for in this time? And then thank God for that. So commend it to you. We love you, and hope that you can engage with us on our live stream. Hope you can engage with us in our prayer meeting. Hope you can engage with us on a Friday fasting, prayer and fasting this Friday. And we'll be in touch and see you soon.